Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about the Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death. The Red Ring of Death was a problem because the Xbox 360 design was rushed to beat the PlayStation 3 to release. The Red Ring was signified by 3 blinking lights around the power button. We can see here that different amounts of blinking lights meant different things. 1 was a hardware failure, 2 was overheating, 3, also known as the Red Ring, was a general hardware failure, and 4 was an AV cable failure, which usually meant that it was just unplugged. If you would like, you can pause to read more about it. Xbox rushed the 360 in an effort to beat the PlayStation 3 to shelves. They were getting one new console every 4 seconds off the assembly line. The majority of Xbox 360s coming off the assembly line were deemed ineffective. This caused a shortage of 360s leading into the holiday season, and they were sold out almost everywhere. Shortly after the release, people started to notice the Red Ring of Death. It started as almost just an urban legend, but as the console got older, the failure rate reached nearly 100%. One person bought 8 Xbox 360s. He wasn't a collector, he was just trying to play his favorite games. Some people would destroy them after they red ringed. Other people would try and fix them. Xbox ended up recalling every 360 and gave everyone a new one for free, unless you had destroyed your console. Later down the line, better models of the 360 were released, like the 360 Elite, that could not get the Red Ring of Death. Even though it had many problems, it is still regarded as the best Xbox to ever be released, and was a cultural phenomenon, especially with it launching with incredible games like Halo 3 and Gears of War. Now we need to talk about what actually caused the Red Ring. As I mentioned earlier, the Xbox 360 design was very rushed. One of the reasons Xbox thought their first console didn't perform very well is because it released a full year after the GameCube and PlayStation 2. During assembly, a new console was coming off the assembly line every 4 seconds, and 70% of them were deemed ineffective. This led to a huge shortage, and most stores only got 1/5 of the consoles they ordered. The Red Ring of Death is caused by power cycling, which is when there's large fluctuations in temperature. Because when it was on, it was very hot because of its rushed design. It did not have very good cooling systems, but when it was off, it got very cold. This caused the GPU to literally come off the motherboard. Unfortunately for most players, the Red Ring happened to them after their warranty had already expired, so they either had to buy a new one, pay Microsoft to fix it, or try and fix it themselves. This led to many home fixes, like putting it in an oven or using a blowtorch, or the towel fix, but most of these fixes only gave you 1 or 2 more days of playability if you were lucky. Even if you got it repaired by Microsoft, it would probably still happen again. Microsoft was well aware of the problem and referred to it as the 3 blinking lights in customer service. They rushed out multiple forms of motherboards, and each time the failure rate got lower, but it still wasn't completely fixed. Some people would destroy their Xbox 360s after it had red ringed. Videos went viral of people shooting them, stomping on them, or obliterating them with baseball bats. Microsoft ended up extending the warranty for the Xbox 360, but it still didn't fix the issue. Eventually, after a long enough time, why did I just pick up that gun? Okay, but eventually, after a long enough time, they did the responsible business decision and recalled consoles and gave you a new one for free. They also released the 360 Elite, which cannot get the Red Ring of Death. They are still praised to this day for how they fixed it. Microsoft ended up spending $1.4 billion to fix the Red Ring of Death. Although at this time, Microsoft literally couldn't afford something like this to happen to Xbox. So many players ended up switching to the PlayStation 3, which wasn't much better, having the rarer, but it still happened, yellow line of death. In the end, the Red Ring of Death did give Xbox a loyal fan base, and is still regarded as one of the best consoles ever made, as it had many features like Kinect, which was meant to compete with the Nintendo Wii. Anyways, that's all I had for this video. Let me know what you guys thought, and bye.